Have you ever crashed like this, or this? Well, even if you haven't, today we're going to break down these crashes and show you how to avoid them. Oh! Okay, pretty simple fix here. You just got a little offline, went a little wide. When you're on a slope like that and you're kind of riding up on a berm and the ground drops away from you, if the bike's leaned over, it's going to have to unload one way, and it's likely going to unload the opposite way that you're leaning, or towards which way you're leaning, I should say. And this is all that happened here. Back end kicks to the inside, does a little swip swap applesauce, lands on his back, points his feet to Jesus, and has a good day. Just creeping along here. Oh, root sideways. Oh, man, I've been a victim of that too many times. He just misread his trail. Came through. Anytime you hit these roots at an angle, especially if you don't have moose tubes, you don't have a low tire pressure, and if there's any moisture at all, if you hit those roots at an angle, they're like ice, and the bike just skips out in the direction the root's pointing. That's all that happened here. And then he landed. Again, probably not super efficient with his throttle and his braking just yet. He needs to work on that and find some drills. I know where he can find them. And ran into the tree. We got this guy coming down the street. Looks like South Africa. He just jumped. He whips. He lands fine. He's okay. Oh, that's a bush. So coming off the jump face there, his legs collapse. Obviously, there's an improper technique thing going on there. He's probably bent too far forward with his knees, so his legs collapse. Then the bike hits him, and it shoots sideways. And then upon landing here, the old classic whiskey throttle when you land. And not super in control with his brake back, grabs a handful of front brakes, and gives a little smoochy to the bush. Oh! Ouch! Let's watch it again. This is the old classic. Let's see what tire landed first. You guys have heard me before talk about the tire, what tire's going first. You know what I like to say is, if you're going to case something, you want to case the little front end down. That way the bike bounces level. Well, here he pulled up right at the last second, cased it back in first, which I think would have been okay because the front tire didn't make it over the knuckle, which is the top of the jump before the downside. I think it would have been okay, but the impact was just so abrupt and his body wasn't strong enough to kind of take that force. He collapsed, met the bike in the middle. As the bike was rebounding, kicked him over the front. So if I would have fixed that, it would be build a little more strength in the legs and core. As far as casing the jump, he didn't necessarily do it completely incorrectly. He just couldn't take that force. Hey guys, if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button and the bell notification, make sure you don't ever miss another fail breakdown ever again. Alright, little desert ride. Let's go. Let's see what we got. Oh, man. Just a tip for rollers like this, get your weight back. You want most of your lower body weight behind the foot pegs. You want to be pushing pressure into the ball of your foot and the foot pegs, and your legs should be angling back towards the back of the bike. Arms are going to have a little bend in them, but you kind of want to have enough bend where they can move a little, but almost straight enough to where you're pulling the front end up into each one of the tops of those bumps. You kind of want to be wheeling to the top of each one of those bumps, keeping the weight back to keep the bike straight. Here we go. Oh, man. Oh! You know, there wasn't a lot that he did wrong, other than just jumping too close to riders that are a little unpredictable. And not to say number 27 here isn't completely predictable, but if he's not jumping the jump and he gets a little squirrely in the base of the in between the double there and he fades a little right, that's a big deal. As you get up higher in the classes, you don't deal with that as much. Most of the time the riders are either jumping the jumps or their riding is fairly predictable. Ooh, a little snow riding. Oh. He didn't crash. It's not a fail, but I can tell you what he did wrong. He squatted down right as he took off the jump face, and then when it unloads, his butt completely touches the seat. As you can see here, he's a little off the seat, and then when it gets to the top, his butt completely touches the seat. And then when the bike unloads, it kicks his butt off the seat, as you can see happening here. At this point, if he would have grabbed with his feet, kind of hooked his heels in right down there by the lower part of the silencer, he would have stayed on, but he let his feet fly up. Oh, in the water? Where it went wrong was under impact. It's like he hit the back brake, or he was anticipating more forward momentum. You see how far his body weight shifted forward, and it just threw him off balance. So it threw him forward, then it threw him back, and then he went into the old I'm going towards the water, I'm hitting the gas and the brakes at the same time. And just slid off in the water. Hopefully didn't ruin his bike, but I think if he had to fix anything, just being a little more in balance on that landing. I think he may have hit the back brake, or he caught a rut, or the foot pegs, or something that threw his body weight forward. Looks like a good enough rider that that mistake doesn't happen very often. Too fast, going too fast, absolutely too fast. 41 miles an hour, and you start to get a swap. You can see the old tank slapper. So here's what I noticed. The knees are way entirely too far forward, and the head's way entirely too far upright to be going this fast through rollers. And why I say that is if the head's upright and the knees are forward, there's not enough weight on the back end to stabilize and keep it straight. A lot of times your body is going to basically stop that from happening if you get it back there. And you kind of muscle the bike back straight along with some steady throttle, and you power out of situations like this. And when in doubt, throttle out is definitely the scenario here. It's hard to have that concept when you're already going 41 miles an hour. What if I told you I can make you safer and faster the most efficient and quick way possible, and you don't even need a track? The answer is I've already got the solution for you. It's our Technique Masterclass. There's hundreds of people already in it making huge amounts of progress. If you'd like to join, the link is in the description. If you want more fails, check these videos out.